What's the biggest story coming out of last night?
I really hope that you're going to say that Jeff Capel outcoached Coach K.
I am. That's part of it. Yes, I'm going to say that the student finally beat the teacher, and incredible that he's the first former player to beat Coach K. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this should have happened at some point already. But the bigger storyline to this is now, is it time, Rob? And I think it is, to talk about the fact that the reality of Duke not being an NCAA tournament team, because they just lost to Pittsburgh. They are 5-4 overall. They have beaten nobody worth a you-know-what so far this season. Is this Duke team a tournament team? I think the talk starts now.
I think that they probably can still get there, but the big concern is that how many good wins are there available in the ACC? You know, the ACC is down. It's not like there are a ton of opportunities for them to really be able to bolster the profile that they have. And, like, call it what it is. They don't have a good win right now. Their best win is at Notre Dame. But here's the problem. Like, this is the best team that they're going to end up playing the rest of the way is Virginia at home. They get Virginia once on February 20th. And that's assuming that Virginia, the numbers that they have in KenPom, are not going to come down. Like, right now, Virginia's computer profile is a little bit inflated because of the computer profile is great because of the beatdown that they handed to Clemson. And the reason that and it's very hard for me to kind of pull that performance away from the fact that Clemson hadn't been practicing and hadn't been playing, and maybe that Clemson's numbers were overinflated. Whatever. Maybe this is just a weird thing with the computers, but like I don't think that Virginia is the sixth best team in the country. Either way, that is the only team that Duke is going to play the rest of the way. This is the top 30 team on KenPom. Like, where are they going to be going up on these great wins? Yeah.
They have 13 games left. The good thing is if they go if they went 10-3, they're going to even to me like 9-4, they're going to be in because there's not a lot of real garbage teams in the ACC at the bottom this year. There aren't. Like, Wake's not good. Miami's going to get better. Like, they're not high powered, nobody at the top, but there's also not a lot of garbage at the bottom. Okay. So if they run it, they don't have like BC left in the schedule. I mean, it's, at Louisville's a big one coming up Saturday. It really is. Mm-hmm. It's a big one for both teams.
And let's also give a little bit of credit to Pitt. I mean, Pitt is now 9-2 overall. They're 4-1 in the ACC. They've won despite the fact that Justin Champagny missed 2 games. That Audius Etone missed a game. They're a pretty good team. I don't know if they're good enough that they should be expected to beat Duke or be favored to beat Duke or anything like that. But I mean, this is not Kevin Stallings' Pitt. They're
that's the remarkable part of honestly, Jeff Capel has gotten this thing going sooner than I thought he would. And I'm not saying he's like got it there yet. He doesn't have it there yet. But the fact that they could beat Duke, the fact that they could sweep Syracuse so far is, again, they're non-conference. I mean, they beat Northwestern before Northwestern got going during that stretch. So, like, they've got some pretty good wins here. Again, sweeping Syracuse, beating Duke in year 3 for Jeff Capel with the garbage that he took over is really, really, really impressive. And I know this isn't a great Duke team. So, again, we got to put in perspective here. But ultimately, still, the fact that you just beat Duke and you've swept Syracuse and you're –
It's a confidence thing, too. It's one thing to beat up on a Syracuse team where, like, their guards are Joe Girard and Buddy Boeheim and they've missed, like, 30% of the season because of COVID shutdowns, right? It's one thing to do that. It's another thing to beat Duke with Jalen Johnson going for 24, 15, 7 assists, 4 blocks, and 2 steals. He was awesome last night.
He is good. Like, I never understood he's not playing. I don't know if it was you or somebody was kind of killing him a little bit early on in the season. And he's not a great shooter. He's not. That's not his game. But he's – I don't know. I thought he was playing hard earlier the year.
I wasn't killing him. What I said is that I think it's problematic for Duke that Jalen Johnson is at the 5 and Matthew Hurt is at the 4. Like, I don't know how you're going to be all that good defensively when those are your big guys. And, I think I was kind of right because Justin Champagne had what he had, like 33 and 15.
Well, that's because of Hurt, though. He destroyed Matthew Hurt.
Yeah, but it's not like Jalen Johnson really did all that much to help, you know. And
they're bad defensively. Duke stinks defensively. They stink.
Yes, that's the whole point. That's what I was saying. You said, like, how are you going to get stops when your front line is Jalen Johnson and Matthew Hurt? Like, Jalen Johnson will block some shots and he'll get some steals. He's a good he's a playmaking defender, but I don't think he's a great positional defender. Right. And I think you need to have a pretty good positional defender at 5 to make up for some of the issues that you have with Matthew Hurt. But again, with Jalen Johnson back playing like this, the young guards are getting better. Like Jeremy Roach is slowly but surely kind of coming around. And DJ Stewart is kind of making some shots.
Solid guards is what they are. They're solid guards. The problem is, again, in the ACC, they're going to go through. They might win 1 or 2 in a row, and then I think they'll look like they could honestly be a 500 team in the ACC this year, and it wouldn't shock you. And if they're an ACC, listen, the bottom line for me is, you got something going on there?
No, my daughter has her molars coming in, and so she's melting down.
That's rough.
Melting down.
Here's what I hope. I hope the NCAA committee